mama's out there. Hug your babies tight tonight, please.
Well, after the death of University of Missouri student Riley Strain, people in Nashville and nationwide are pushing to make downtown safer. Riley Strain, on a trip with his fraternity, walked out of a downtown bar trying to make it back to his hotel.
Well, it turns out that trip would be his last as Strain somehow wound up in the Cumberland River. Fox 17 News' Kelly Avellino tonight with the changes already underway and why this is just the beginning.
He's my best friend. He's everything.
14 days.
We need him back.
Of agony.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
I'm trying to file a missing persons report. We're here on a fraternity formal trip. It's one of my good buddies.
Okay. What is his name?
His name is Riley Strain.
Relentless searching.
We're tired. We're real tired.
And debilitating uncertainty.
He's my baby.
22-year-old Riley Strain was clearly under the influence, according to staffers, when he was escorted out of Luke Bryan's bar on Broadway. The fraternity brothers with him do not follow. Surveillance video exclusively obtained by Fox 17 News shows the unmistakable 6'7" Mizzou senior walking in the wrong direction of his hotel, slamming into a pole, falling to the ground, and then holding his head disoriented.
How you doing, sir?
Good, how are you?
Good.
He passes an officer, continuing up Gay Street along the Cumberland River, approaching the James Robertson Parkway Bridge. It's the last place anyone reported seeing Riley or tracking his cell phone. What happens next is still unknown.
Right now, we really are focusing on
bringing Riley home.
Metro Police, volunteer groups, and 71,000 people online joining in the search. MNPD saying Riley's death appears accidental amid strong doubts by his family, including on how the case is being handled.
As the days drag on, we are frustrated.
2 weeks after Riley vanishes, the foreboding finally ends and the overwhelming grief begins.
It looks like a male. Yes, ma'am. I believe it to be Riley.
Riley's remains are pulled from the Cumberland River, a family finding their son in the worst way fathomable.
You've helped us get some closure here and let us take our boy home.
While Riley's parents wait for an autopsy report to determine an official cause of death, others are reaching out to make sure this never happens again.
When I saw this case with Riley, it was it was very disturbing.
More than 31,000 people signed this petition for a Riley's Act, started by Florida resident Deborah Borza. Her idea requires bars to find a safe ride home for anyone asked to leave for overdrinking. Right now, the Tennessee Alcoholic Beverage Commission confirms there are no specific statutes that govern escorting out intoxicated patrons or providing assistance in getting someone home.
It would be mandatory for any person that's disoriented or intoxicated or not themselves to have a safe ride home.
Deborah has already sent the petition to Tennessee legislators. This, as Metro Council member Jacob Coupin is pushing for a resolution in Riley's honor for safety improvements along the river, like better fencing, easily accessible surveillance video, cleaning up the dangerous debris, and rehousing homeless people who live there.
Even one situation like Riley's is too many, and we're continuing the work to make that never happen again.
Coupin is also working to get the Red Frogs organization to Nashville.
We want to be that best friend that you never know that you needed and be able to get you home safely.
The group runs tents where people can get water, charge their phones, call for a ride, or simply sober up.
You see these at music festivals. Downtown Nashville kind of becomes like a big music festival every weekend.
Coupin is now in talks as well with Broadway bars on a potential uniform policy in handling people who've had too much.
But what kind of emerged is a gray area where someone maybe is asked to leave a bar. They're not so drunk that they need to be taken into police custody or sent to the hospital, but they're not in a space where they're really safe to go home by themselves.
There'd be possible protocol, like asking entire groups to leave instead of just individuals, or directing the intoxicated person to help instead of the sidewalk.
Red Frogs really exists to be, we say, the fence at the top of the cliff, not the ambulance at the bottom.
All ideas that aren't groundbreaking, but would likely have altered Riley's path, one that ended too soon.
I just ask that you mamas out there hug your babies tight tonight, please. Please, for me, just hug your babies tight tonight.
His footprints now being retraced, leading to better safekeeping for so many of us who've been in his shoes as well.
Riley's parents are also currently setting up a foundation in his name to help other families navigate the excruciating search process for a missing child or loved one. I'm Kelly Avellino for Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.